Hey everybody, it is September. NHL training camps are opening this month and we are getting that much closer to the return of NHL hockey. And that means it's time to start our season previews for the 2021-2022 season. We'll be going through all 32 teams and previewing each of them before the start of the regular season this year. And we're going to be starting here with preview number 1, the defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, who are coming off their second Stanley Cup win in the past couple of years. They went back-to-back 2020 and 2021. They'll be looking for a three-peat in 2022. There's definitely been some changes this offseason for the Lightning, and we are going to look at all of that as we look ahead to their upcoming season. Before we begin, I just ask you to please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. It helps the channel so much and is greatly appreciated. But let's get started here. And before we look ahead, we've got to look back. Last season for Tampa Bay, they obviously are the defending champs. They won the 2021 Stanley Cup in 5 games over the Montreal Canadiens after a COVID-shortened season of 56 games that saw Tampa Bay go 36-17-3 for 75 points, which was good enough for third in the Central Division. They obviously had a great run in the playoffs. They scored 3.21 goals for per game last year, gave up just 2.59 goals against per game, had a power play that operated at 22.2% and a penalty kill that operated at 84.2%. And they did that in the regular season without Nikita Kucherov, who obviously came back for the playoffs and was an instrumental part of their playoff run. Now, additions and subtractions. There's been definitely some roster turnover here with Tampa Bay, and a lot of it has to do with their salary cap situation. Obviously, with Kucherov on LTIR last year, they had a lot of extra cap space to work with. They were able to go over the cap by quite a bit. That with Kucherov healthy, that didn't carry over into this season, so they had to shed some salary and obviously rework their lineup a little bit. We're going to start on the subtraction side because this is a longer list, to say the least. Forward Yanni Gourde was taken in the expansion draft by Seattle, so he is no longer there. Blake Coleman was a free agent and obviously was not able to be re-signed because of the cap situation. He's now in Calgary. Tyler Johnson was traded away to the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for Brent Seabrook's contract, which will be put on LTIR and give the Lightning a little bit of cap relief this year, but not to the level that they had last year. Barclay Goodrow, he was a pending UFA, so they traded him to the New York Rangers right before free agency. And we're able to get a 7th-round pick for him, but we're not able to bring back Barclay Goodrow either, so they lose their entire third line, and their very vaunted third line from last year of Gourde, Coleman, and Goodrow. None of them returned to the Lightning this season. Tyler Johnson also gone. On the back end, they were not able to bring back David Savard or Luke Schenn because of cap. And goaltender Curtis McElhaney, who was their backup last year, did not return either. On the other side of things, as far as... I forgot one. I forgot to write it down as well. It's kind of a minor one, but Mitchell Stevens, he was kind of a depth guy, an extra forward for the Lightning. He got traded to Detroit. He was not able to come back either. So add him to the list of subtractions as well. On the addition side, there obviously weren't a lot because of the money situation, but they did bring in Corey Perry as a depth forward. Obviously, this is a team that has lost some depth up front this offseason, so they needed to try and replace some of that. They brought in Corey Perry, who was on Dallas in 2020 and lost to the Lightning in the finals, and was on the Canadiens last year and lost to the Lightning in the finals. Now he finally joins the Lightning. They also brought in Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, who played last year with Colorado and the past number of years with Colorado. He's another veteran depth forward addition. They brought back defenseman Zach Bogosian, who was part of the 2020 Stanley Cup team and then spent last year in Toronto. He is now back with Tampa Bay, and their backup goaltender this year will be Brian Elliott, who they added in free agency. He is replacing Curtis McElhaney, and actually that, I believe, is an upgrade there. So they obviously weren't able to add a ton. They lost quite a bit, but there's no doubt this is still an elite team in the NHL. They should be a very good team again this year. And their important core pieces like Kucherov, Point, Stamkos, McDonough, Hedman, Vasilevsky, they're all still there and in place for Tampa Bay. So there's definitely been some change as far as the depth goes. The core remains intact for the Lightning. So now we're going to look ahead to this upcoming season and a projected roster here for Tampa Bay. And right now, obviously, there's still time for more moves to be made. But right now, this to me looks like this is likely what the roster is going to look like come opening night for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, at forward, you have Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, Steven Stamkos, Anthony Cirelli, Andre Palat, Alex Killorn, Pat Maroon. You've got new guy Corey Perry, Ross Colton, who really emerged last year, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare coming in a depth role, Matthew Joseph likely going to be a regular in the NHL lineup this year with the guys that they've lost. And after that, it gets a little there. I think there are some spots up for grabs as far as the forward group is concerned, especially in that bottom six. Right now, I have Alex Barré-Boulet filling out the top 12 with Jamel Smith likely being the 13th forward, but that's definitely subject to change. They also have some depth guys that could possibly steal a spot as well. That are kind of now projected to be in the AHL, but could maybe steal a fourth line spot with a good preseason. On defense, their 7 D-men, I think, are obviously Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Mikhail Sergachev, Eric Chernak, Jan Ruda, and then I think you're going to see Bogosian and Foote kind of round out that D-core. Not sure which one's going to start in the lineup and which one's going to start as the number 7, but you might see some interchanging there throughout the year. And then obviously in goal, it's obvious Andre Vasilevsky is your starter and Brian Elliott is your backup. Moving down, you see some of these depth guys here. These are guys that right now are projected to be in the AHL, but could possibly steal a spot in training camp, or certainly if players get injured are likely to be, have a chance to get called up and possibly get some games in the NHL this year. Charles Hudon, Remy Elie, both who have played NHL games before. Daniel Walcott played an NHL game last year and has been a staple in Syracuse in the AHL. Taylor Radish is another guy I think that could get a look if there are injuries up front. Frederick Claesson on the back end. If they lose a defenseman, Claesson might be your number 8 guy. And Andre Schuster's returning. Obviously, he played for the Lightning going back a number of years, found his way out of the NHL, now has found his way back to the Lightning organization. And again, if Tampa's down 2 or 3 defensemen at some point during the year, Schuster's a guy that could possibly get a call-up. But that is my projected roster as of right now for Tampa Bay. Obviously, if they make another trade or something else happens, this is very much subject to change. But given what they have in their organization right now, I think these will be their 13 forwards, 7D, and 2 goaltenders that they'll be able to have at the NHL level. Now, you can have a 23-man roster. I'm not sure if Tampa is going to be able to actually carry 23 guys because they're so close to the cap. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But all in all, Tampa Bay Lightning, defending Stanley Cup champions, obviously lost, some important pieces. I mean, that entire third line that was really maybe the best, certainly one of the best third lines in the NHL, all gone. Tyler Johnson gone. Savard and Shen gone off the back end, so that kind of limits some of your depth there a little bit. There's definitely been some pieces moved this offseason because of the cap situation, but at the same time, this is still an excellent hockey team. They should be a favorite again this year. They should be one of the top teams in the league. Obviously, their main core pieces that make the Tampa Bay Lightning are all still in place. You've got, Stamkos, Kucherov, and Point leading the way up front. You've got McDonough and Hedman on the back end, who are just, two very high-level defensemen. You've got Andrei Vasilevsky in goal, who I think is the best goaltender in the league. So expect Tampa to be very, very good again this year. We'll see if they can three-peat or not. Obviously, that's very, very hard to do. Nobody's done it in recent NHL history. But I don't know if I'd be picking them to three-peat, but I certainly do expect them 100% to be a playoff team. They should be a high seed heading into the playoffs, and are definitely a team that's capable of making a deep run again. And you can't count them out. It's certainly possible that they could possibly win the Cup again. Again, going 3 in a row is extremely difficult to do. But I don't think you can say that it's impossible, especially a team that has the talent that the Tampa Bay Lightning do. So that is my 2021-22 season preview for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, donation link, and channel memberships are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.